Cynthia, can you hear me all right? Frederick, hello. Welcome to the stream. Hope everybody's doing well. Jim, how you doing? Excuse me. Oh, Mary, hello. Welcome to the stream. Thank you, Cynthia. If you can hear me, I'm pretty sure everybody else can. Hope everybody had a great weekend and is having a good week. Nathan, thank you, brother. Oh, to make an announcement, I'll say it again. I did my Fab Friday shout out videos. Nathan brought it to my attention. I don't know how I missed it. The first one up in my shout out video, the guy just copies other people's content. So ignore that guy. Grandma Kelly, hello. Well, thanks for stopping in, Grandma. But Rob, brother Rob, how you doing? Hope you're doing well, brother. 8 people in the house. Blizzard conditions, Nathan. Bummer. Oh man, that means if you got it, Rob's probably got it too. They're in Colorado at his elevation. Man, sorry you're going through so much, brother. Damn. But that is just a load of crap. Yeah, we'll catch up by phone. Shane, the blind treasure hunter, welcome. Winter while ago. Yeah. Oh, yeah. When I was younger, I liked snow. The more I had to, Shannon, welcome. The more I had to shovel it, the less I liked. And now with arthritis, I don't like it at all. Marty Vistro, how you doing? Thanks for being here, Marty. Excuse me. Shannon Dalton, welcome. Mark the Berg Hunter. Come on up, Mark. Anybody wants to come up for right now. Once Rob gets here, we're going to kind of do a thing with Rob. He's been through a lot the last couple of days. That accident didn't help. Oh. Yeah, poor guy. It's been 5 years since the last time he got a vehicle totaled. He never physically recovered from that. Then he gets hit 2 days ago. 3 days ago now, I think. Man. So. So did anybody get out and do any hunting this week or this weekend? Yeah, Shane, come on up. Mark, come up. Somebody come up. Because I haven't been able to get out. Soon, though. The weather here stinks. So, just a minute. Hello, Mark.
Yes. Here, see if Chew or Eddie will eat those. And this is a couple for Jazz because she ran in here.
Hey, Mary. What's up, Marty? Jim. Rocky Mountain.
Hey, guys.
Shannon.
Hey. Hey. Right there. You don't like those? What's the matter? Sorry about that.
No problem. Man.
Oh, he's just fixing to ask him. Well, he's got a rental vehicle. I know he's getting x-rays. We'll find out what happened with that. Swifty. You know, he's doing okay as far as I know. So, but his
That's
truck is wiped out.
Yeah.
Rear axle.
Did you see pictures from it, Bill?
What was that, Mark?
Did he send you pictures?
Yeah.
It was amazing how much
Let's see if
damage was done.
I hope I didn't get rid of him.
What's up, Mikey?
Okay, messenger. Come on. Where are we at here?
Didn't he have to swerve to avoid a head-on crash?
What was that, Mark?
I think Rob was saying he had to swerve and miss a head-on.
Your volume's real low, Mark.
Hold on.
Doggone it, I deleted the pictures. Dang it. That figures. But Tom Kingery, welcome.
Any better, Bill?
A little better.
How about this?
That's a lot better, Mark.
Okay, good. I'll stick with this.
Shane,
Hey, what's up, buddy?
how you doing?
Pretty good.
Shane,
Hey, Mark, what's happening, buddy?
what up, buddy?
How have
Been
you
a
been?
while.
Yeah.
Thank you, Swifty.
Can you guys see and hear me pretty good?
Yeah.
When I
Okay.
open my eyes and unclog my ears, I hear and see you well.
Can you see and hear us pretty good?
I can see you pretty good, but you guys, I can't hear you very well.
What's up, Shane?
Not much. How's the weather in Pittsburgh?
Probably about the same down in your area.
Yep.
It's about 38 right here, right now.
It was super windy today.
Oh, wasn't it? Yeah. Big time.
And we're supposed to hit 70s on Thursday.
Nice.
That's pretty crazy for Pennsylvania this time of year.
It's still pretty low, Swifty, the volume.
I'd rather have that than snow or rain anytime.
Yep. But we're supposed to get a little snow over the weekend.
I got cats playing revolving door here. So
Have you been getting out swinging lately, Mark?
Not as much as I hoped.
Mm.
Hey, Bill, I'm going to jump out, change cameras, because everybody's saying they can't hear me too well.
yeah, I see Mary just said that. 100%.
Like,
Yeah,
look-
I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, guys. I'll be right back.
All right,
Okay.
see you. So how you been, Bill?
I've been okay. Shane, how you been doing? I mean, you're
Good.
putting out some great videos. So
Oh, thank you.
oh, you're welcome.
Metal detecting's tough this time of year. The weather's just horrible.
Sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, cold.
That's like here in Tennessee, it'll be like 61 day and then 30 and rain and sleet ice the next day. It's like,
Yep.
damn.
A lot of people are getting colds from it, going from hot to cold. You know, this weather is just horrible.
Yeah, it is. Going to be 80 in Virginia Thursday, Swifty says. Nice. Hi, Dave.
Wow.
PA Roller Countries. So have you been out the last couple of days or?
Oh, sorry, I was trying to listen to the chat.
Oh,
I got out Friday, and I got out Saturday for a little 14-minute video. But I got lucky Friday. We spent all day in fields. We weren't finding anything at all. Right towards the end, I found a KG too. So I got lucky.
nice.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
I've course, being from California, just never found largies out there. Or
Yeah.
well, we would, but they'd be Canadian or British,
Oh, okay.
American.
Is this any better?
Oh, that's a lot
Yes.
better.
A lot
Okay.
better.
Note to self: don't use that camera anymore.
Yeah, I got a camera that's got one USB cord for the video, but it's got the old RCA audio cord.
Oh,
The
wow.
sound, that thing sucks.
Yeah, Mark, we're definitely gonna have to get together sometime this year.
It is on my I'll say it's on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Shane.
You guys aren't that far
Come
apart,
on, yeah.
are you?
Definitely. 'Cause, dude, you like live what, 2 hours from me, if that?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nothing.
probably. Yep.
Yep.
I don't know which side. Are you on the east side or west side?
West.
West.
Pittsburgh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Because you're what, Bedford or Somerset?
Bedford.
Bedford, okay.
Mhm.
Okay,
Not
2.5 hours from me.
Yeah, probably.
That's not bad.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave. We just have to watch out, Shane, because that Dave from PA Relic Hunters, he'll want to hitch a ride over and
Oh, that's okay.
he'll detect with us.
I'd love to hunt with Dave and the gang. They were hitting a privy yesterday.
Wow.
It was filling up with water. They were pulling buckets of water out as they were digging.
Oh, I hate doing that.
I'm not sure if Dave was with them or not. I didn't hear his voice.
You didn't see him?
No.
Funny thing is, I watched that video and I don't remember if he's in it.
Yeah.
Hey, NorCal.
Gary, how you doing?
Tom. Well, Shane and I were talking about that. He was thinking about driving up here. He was going to hold his cane out the window and just tap it as he was driving up the road.
Yeah, if I got on a turnpike, that wouldn't be too bad.
Oh, that'd be fun, man. I'd ride with you.
Yeah.
Riley? Yeah, he does the Helen Keller School of Driving.
Yeah.
On the wheel, on the road.
Yeah. I passed with flying colors. Yeah.
So, you find anything good, Shane, lately?
Yeah, I was just telling Bill I found a KG2 Friday.
Hey, Bill, throw him off the stream.
Yeah, we're going to get out again Friday. So
Nice.
hopefully we can try in some different fields. Hopefully we can get onto something.
Well,
Good, man. I
like
hope so.
while you were gone, Mark, like I was telling him, I mean, in California, I never found, you don't find largies back there except for British or Canadian.
Right.
I just ended up there somehow. I mean, that was because I found an 1856 English halfpenny, which is a large halfpenny. It's about the size of an American largie.
Yeah.
But first, that's what I thought I had. I went, damn it, it's British. But I thought, well, that's good too. So
Yeah.
You just throw it back. That's what I'd have done.
yeah, like the Three Stooges, 2025.
They don't make that's not a big deal for them in the UK to find 1800s coins. They're like,
No, that's like clad to them.
yeah.
And you can hear it in their voice when they find him. Oh, it's a,
Oh, it's only 1850. Oh man.
But they find a medieval piece of lead that might have been something, and they're ecstatic about it.
Yeah. Yep.
I think I'd rather find the 1800s coin instead of a chunk of lead that might have been medieval.
Hey, Swifty.
Oh, don't forget, Swifty and Pat have the morning show, and Swifty and Jeff Brewer are doing a lunch show now, too.
Oh, okay.
So it's really cool.
They're doing what, a lunch show?
Yeah, Jeff,
Oh, cool.
Swifty and Jeff. I saw their first one. Sorry, guys, I didn't comment. I was watching, though. I was working. So, but it was a great show. It's like I had watched the Brewers last night, and I didn't get into comment because I was doing stuff. So, but yeah, I can't remember what day it was. Put it in there, guys. What day?
Yeah, I didn't know they were doing that either.
They just had one so far. I think they're going to do more, though, aren't you, Jeff and Swifty?
I'll definitely have to watch that at work.
Yeah. Shane was supposed to go for his driver's license. Oh, it's just your guest host that day. Okay, so it's just lunch with Swifty.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I passed the written part pretty good. I'm still having trouble with the driving part.
What about the eye test?
I don't know. I just skip it. I memorized the chart. I surprised them.
That's when Shane goes in there with those super dark sunglasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me think of the old Bugs Bunny cartoon where he's getting an eye test and he gets down to the bottom and reads the fine print of where the thing was made.
Yeah.
Hey, Shane,
What?
Plugsy says, I love the purple polka dot shirt you're wearing.
Oh, I put my wife's shirt on again.
As long as you're not wearing their underwear.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, shoot.
So, Mark, you're going to sell your Knox.
Yes, I am. I got it all packed up, ready to go. I just need a buyer.
Cool.
Marty, he bought the 6-inch coil off me, and I gave him the lower shaft for it. And yep, I'm just trying to get rid of the machine now.
Oh, Grandma Kelly's got a morning show Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I've caught a few of those. It's what I really hate. There's so many channels now, and especially if I'm trying to do something, I watch the show and I forget to go in there and let them know I'm there and comment. You know, John, Finders Keepers, how you doing? There's the man with the Manicore.
Bill, you let anybody in here, don't you?
Yeah, you know, Papa, do you have an age limit in here? Which way, Mary? Like too old or too young? What are you talking about?
Shannon, my Equinox 600 I'm getting selling because I got the Legend.
Swifty's saying how much, Mark?
300.
Good deal, Swifty.
I would love to use an Equinox, but
Yeah, the buttons can't.
well, not really the buttons, just setting it up. I don't think I'd be able to set it up.
Uh,
I don't know. Rob said you did aces with his.
Well, he set it up, and then I was just able to find the pinpoint button pretty easy.
Yeah, man, but still, because you went from your AT, right? Your AT Max or AT Pro?
AT Pro.
Pro, with the upraised buttons to a membrane and knew
Yep.
exactly where to go. I think you'd be fine with Equinox, Shane.
I just
Little
don't
learning
know.
curve, and you got it.
I just have to memorize how many buttons to click.
well, the thing is, Shane, you'd have somebody set up for you and just save the program.
I don't think you can do that on the 600. Only the 800 has that side button.
No, you can't do that on the 6. Okay, didn't know
Am I
that.
right on that, Mark?
Yeah. I'm almost positive that you're right, Shane.
I don't know why they wouldn't put that feature on the 600 also.
Because it's
I agree.
a lot cheaper than the 800.
Yeah. It
That's
doesn't have
the
all bells and whistles either. You can't really gold prospect with it, but I'm in Pittsburgh. Where am I going to get gold?
Yeah.
That's the main thing on the detector nowadays. It's not the machine, it's the software in it.
Yep.
So,
Who's too young, Mary? You're certainly not talking about yourself.
Well, look at it. I can read the chat.
it's in Braille?
No, it's just reading it to me. So the last comment I seen was Swifty said how much or heard or whatever.
Yep. Everybody, they're Brewers every Monday night, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Where the goal is big and our goals are bigger. Always has a great crew on there.
Yeah, I enjoy watching this show. Shane, you ever going to do a live stream?
Oh, someday maybe.
That'd be cool.
I love watching his live hunts.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd love to start up the live hunts again.
that'd be nice. 'Cause I tell you what, that day you were in the kayak, you scared the living bejeebies out of me.
Well, I'm gonna try to do a live kayak trip this summer.
Oh,
just
shit,
gonna
I'm
get-
not watching. I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna get my wife to drop me in the water. I'm gonna try to make it to the next stop by myself. See if I can actually do it.
Yeah, Jim, I am. What do you mean, see if you can do it? I know you can do it. I watched that damn video. You almost capsized, and all he does is go, oopsie. Yeah.
Oh, Grandma Kelly says, how do you know he's not wearing her underwear? Pat, how you doing? Joseph Hart. Well, that's a
I
new
don't know.
name.
Does it feel all lacy down there?
No,
Shane?
it's just, I would assume it'd be a little tight and constricting.
Yeah.
Jim Steele says, Mark, are you serious on the 300? He said he's already got a buyer, though.
Very serious.
You said you got a buyer lined up, right?
Me, no.
Oh, okay.
No, just like I said, Marty bought the 6-inch coil off me.
Okay. Hi, Otis.
Hey Tim,
Okay,
how's
Jim.
it going, buddy?
I'd buy it, but I've already got my Vanquish, and I really like the 0 to 99 scale over the
Jim says he wants it.
40.
Hey, Jim said he wants it, so here you go, Jim. Here's my email.
You, Jim.
Hey, Otis.
Oh, hey Joseph, that's Mary's son. Or yeah, Mary's son.
Oh, really?
Yep,
Nice
that's
to
what
meet
she
you.
says.
There we go. Oh, Bill left us again, Shane.
What's that?
Bill left us.
Oh, it's a pain because when I'm reading the chat, I can hear in my ears. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, Dennis. What reads your chat? Is it just a computer, or do you have a special program you use?
No, on my cell phone, and it's an iPhone, and the iPhone actually has a built-in feature for it's an accessibility feature for the blind, where it reads everything to you.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah.
Huh.
Dennis. Now,
I could use that 'cause I'm just damn lazy. Yeah.
Dennis is doing a gifting thing on his
He
show.
is?
Yep, $20 a pop. You get a duck. $20 per duck. It's doing races, and your duck never leaves the race. And he's giving away I think a couple shovels, pinpointer, a 540 Vanquish Pro Pack, and a
Damn.
MindLab 700. Gifting, not giving, gifting.
Good thing. Wow.
Run
Dennis.
to what, the 17th of next month, Dennis?
Well, I always say if my duck was in a race all by itself, it would still lose.
Uh-oh. Swifty's telling me not to kayak solo.
Yep.
I won't be alone though. If I'm live, everybody will be with me.
Yeah.
You can say left turn, Clyde.
Joseph Monner, you have a YouTube channel. Type in the chat. What's your content? What do you talk about? So people know.
Yeah. I need to clean him.
Yep, Dennis, I'm actually super excited about New York. Actually, my wife's going to New York tomorrow for business. She'll be in the Rochester area.
Oh yeah, right up by Erie, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. If she runs into my brother, kick him in the kneecap for me.
Uh-oh.
I haven't been to New York in years. Went there. New York City, other than Central Avenue, pretty much a pigsty, or it was.
Mhm.
But I went up north to Lake George. Beautiful up there. Nice resort and stuff.
Oh, Jason's here. BC Treasure Trails.
Uh-oh, we're in trouble now.
Yep.
Mark, there's our triplet brother from a different
Oh, I
mother and a
know.
husky. 2 Pro Pioneer, 2 Hand Diggers, 2 Finds bags, 1 540 Pro Pack, and a Mind Lab 700.
Wow.
$20 per donation duck. Mike, Mellyman, welcome.
Mikey. All righty, Jim. Hopefully it works because my that email is iffy. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. So I'll be on the lookout for it, bud.
I'm excited to get back to metal detecting in the water. We got a few more months before that
Yeah.
picks up again.
Yeah, you're finding some cool stuff. A
Hmm.
lot of fishing.
Yeah. I found 305
Hey,
fishing
Rick.
lures this past summer. So I'm hoping to beat that this upcoming summer.
That's a nice tackle box haul.
Yeah.
And Jim, no, he won't take green stamps for it. Reed.
That creek that you go to, or is it a river that you detect
I go to-
better, Shane?
I go to
River?
creeks and rivers, trout streams, rivers.
That one you kayaked in where like that one video. Do you remember where was that at? How far from your house?
Oh, that's about 40 minutes away.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's fun. I love kayaking in the river.
You can keep it.
Danny boy.
I want a big old boat. Then
Yeah.
I'll go in the river.
I mean, probably the deepest. Some of the spots might be 8-10 feet deep, but there's not very many deep spots.
It only takes one deep spot, Shane.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Shane, Danny boy says, thank you for getting me started on making videos back in the day when you nominated me for the push-ups.
Oh, no problem. That was awesome. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's when Danny first started his channel.
I remember doing that challenge.
Yeah.
It was freaking hard.
That was
Hey,
probably
Mr. Diggs.
3 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. Almost 4, I think. We should do some more Arnie videos.
Yeah. I did a couple Arnie joke videos for shorts, but
Mandy, Tony, welcome.
hi, Mandy. Hi, Tony.
Mandy's Candy. I do like that you changed your channel name, Shane. That name's I think it's just a hell of a lot better.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's why I did it. I thought it would be a little more receptive.
Because you always refer to yourself as the blind treasure hunter.
Yeah.
So I was
Well,
like,
that's not how my channel started. My channel started about my eyesight. That's where the See It My Way came from. And
right.
it kind of morphed into the metal detecting.
Well, but you're doing something right. You got yourself a nice little following the last I saw.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Mark.
Good. Couldn't happen to a better person.
Thank you.
No, Jim, I'll tell. Instead, I can go straight to the bottom and run like hell. Shane, they say if you get turned upside down in a boat, always watch where the bubbles go.
I'll keep my eye out for that. Now, believe it or not, I've only fallen out twice.
That's 2 more than me.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're smart, Shane. I had a friend back when I was a teenager, and his perception of depth was terrible. And back home, we got these place called the South Fork River, three tributaries, north, middle, and south.
Oh, wow.
It is some pretty heavy rapids and falls and stuff. He would go swim up to a fall, look over and go, yeah, I can make that, not realize he's thinking it's like 40 feet down. It's only like 15. So he'd dive in head first and wham.
Ah.
Hey, Tony.
So,
The rapids aren't super bad on these rivers.
oh, fun with dirt. 23 people in the house. Thank you.
If you go up north a little bit to the the lower Yakagani, the Ohio
man,
Powell.
yeah.
Those are some super dangerous. I would never take a kayak in there.
Yeah, my dad, when I was younger, he used to take me fishing up there. And I was throw
Crazy.
the anchor down, didn't do a damn thing. Boat still went sailing down the river.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went white water rafting there once, and wow, insane rapids there.
Nope, I'm fine. Oh, hey, Frederick.
What is COS? That one I don't recognize.
Come out swinging.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I know I won't be. So.
I'm still, I don't know. It's
Dirk Claude.
It's leaning more towards no, but I'm hoping that I can pull it out, you know. Because I really want to go. What about you, Shane?
What's that?
Come out swinging?
Is that in New Jersey?
No, it's a little further east of you. I think somewhere like around the Philadelphia area.
That's in Boyertown.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably 3 hours for me. 3.5 hours maybe.
Frederick, it's all dealing with money.
Yeah,
I got hit with some unexpected things that took my my come on swinging funds to pay.
Okay, I was going to say that's a pretty expensive one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Come out swinging, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that one's 150.
Somewhere around there, yeah. 125, 150.
And Michigan Detectors that was on Deeges tonight, $30 to go to his. That's
Wow. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Hey, Shane, John from Finders Keepers asking you, where are you at? Where are you from?
Pennsylvania.
That's a big state, okay?
Central Pennsylvania?
Bedford County, John.
Yeah, but yeah.
I was
like 2 hours from us.
I'm too poor to pay attention to.
Oh, it's Finders Keepers near Pittsburgh.
Yeah. He's down in Washington County.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Lots of history in Washington County.
There can be. Oh, yeah.
There's pretty much a lot of history on the East Coast.
That's where the Whiskey Rebellion was at in Washington County. But I'm pretty sure that where that little battle was is. I imagine you can't metal detect there. That was in the 1790s, if I'm not mistaken.
John said, yes, sir.
Yeah. That was the only battle that a president went to. George Washington went to that battle when he was a president. It's the only time a president has gone to an actual battle.
Hey, Bill, Otis wants to join. You still got the link you want to pop up?
Yep. Let me do that real quick here.
Heidelberg, John says. Heidelberg
okay.
area.
Come on up, Otis.
And a lot of the French and Indian War was somewhere near Pittsburgh. Probably all buried now.
Yeah.
Somewhere near the three rivers where they all connect.
Yeah, there's no doubt there's history in the grind here, but it's just been worked so much.
Yeah.
Who knows what's left or how deep it was pushed.
Yep.
Oh, hey, everybody.
Hey, Tim. Otis, what's up, buddy?
How's it going?
It's going.
What's everybody talking about tonight?
I don't know if Rob,
whatever comes to mind.
Yep.
So nobody knows Otis in here. If not, how to Otis, check out his channel. And
Hey, Tommy.
Because I'm on StreamYard. Somebody put his link in there, please.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Cynthia's probably on her phone, so I don't think she can do it. Let's see.
Yeah, John, so much moved dirt. You just don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, they moved a lot of dirt in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's what they do here. That's what we found out. They buy up these farms that have trees on them. Instead of just cutting trees down, they just bulldoze everything over and take about a foot to a foot and a half of the topsoil with it.
That's bullcrap.
You get there and there's nothing there.
A lot of them old forts were buried and bulldozed over.
Yeah.
We actually have a realty company that's been buying up all the land around here. They probably own thousands of acres here, and
Figures.
they won't let nobody on the metal detector or anything.
No.
That's what I'm facing, Otis. There's a nice old property right up the road from me.
Thank you, Swifty.
The sign says 1880, but I know it's older than that. And a realtor bought it, or a land developer. He wants to rip it all apart and just put up condos. I've been trying to get him to let me go on there and metal detect. I know there's got to be some good stuff there to find. But he's just been ignoring my calls and ignoring my emails.
Oh yeah, most people are like that. They don't want anybody on the property because I think they're afraid you're going to find something significant, and then it's going to turn into a big deal, and archaeologists are going to show up. They just rather ignore you.
Yeah.
They're doing a good job at it.
Oh yeah, I know. I know in California, if you find an Indian artifact, I mean, on state ground and stuff, you got to stop, and that's no more. You know, it was public ground, no more detecting there to find an arrowhead. But even on private ground, if they're trying to do something, you got to let them know, turn it in, and they bring out the archaeologists, tell them whether they can build there or not.
I think it's a lot easier just to hunt on private land myself.
Tom, you don't know how badly I'm thinking about doing that. Just go up there and detect and then beg for forgiveness if I get caught.
Yeah.
Just play dumb. There you go.
Just do what I do. I didn't see where I was at.
Oh, that's a good one.
I've never done that.
Damn, I would. You didn't see that sign? No, I didn't see the sign.
I had a guy here. He was telling me a story. He said his friend had got night vision goggles and will go out here in Yorktown, which is federal land where all the battlefields are. And he would wear his night vision goggles and go out in the field at night. So nobody would see him. I thought that was wild.
Yeah, Tom, I do.
But man, if he ever got caught, they'd throw the book at him.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
hell yeah.
Don't want to use a regular headlamp, dirty coins. If you're sneaking in at night, you get a black light headlamp. That way you can see, but if they're off at a distance, they can't see the light.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they got people that like patrol the grounds or whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they always have cars sitting up in that lot where the building's at, but I don't know if it's just to make it look like somebody's there or if somebody's actually there.
I don't know. I mean, I'm smart enough not to do it.
I
You're
want
right,
to do it.
Reed.
Oh, trust me, I want to walk up there so bad and just start beeping away, but I won't.
Like Reed said, you find an Indian artifact, you go, what Indian artifact? I didn't see any Indian artifact.
There's
Good,
lots of Indian artifacts around here.
Really?
Oh my,
Really?
tons of arrowheads. Yeah, a buddy of mine, he has buckets and buckets of them. He
Oh,
just
wow.
walks the fields after they plow them.
Damn.
And they said if it rains, he's super lucky because they're real easy to find then.
Yeah, I'm definitely coming down your neck of the woods, Shane. First chance I get.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. I figured me and Swifty would find more arrowheads considering this is where Pocahontas lived.
Yeah.
But I guess everybody and their brother and their mother's doing the same thing we are since it's such a history-rich area.
Well, in the last 2 years, the metal detecting community has exploded in numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even go to a park anymore and scoop up a bunch of clad. Now it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
The problem with it exploding like it has is there's a lot of rogue detectorists. Me and Swifty were talking the other day. You can't even go to our parks anymore because people were going out there leaving these gigantic holes and covering them up, and it ruined it for everybody.
Yep.
Well, another thing is there's a lot more of the entertainment metal detecting shows too that aren't true, And every time they go out, they find great treasures.
Yeah.
Relics. So it's like everybody thinks, oh man, I can go out and do that.
Well, what a lot of people don't realize is they're watching this 30-minute video and they're finding great stuff back to back, but it took 8-9 hours to find 30 minutes worth of good stuff.
Oh, at least, or that was one hunt out of 20. They don't get
Yeah,
that.
sometimes it takes a lot of hunts to find some good stuff.
Yep. They pass you off, and then they pass me off too. Yeah, I hate those. Because when I was buying and selling detectors, people go, I'm going to go out and find treasure. I'm going, wait a minute. If you're buying a detector to try to get rich, it ain't going to happen.
Nope.
Not in this country.
I'd be happy just walking the field or the beach and maybe finding a pull tab here and there. I like getting out and being outdoors myself.
Yeah.
If I find something good, then that's just a bonus.
Yeah.
Metal
Me too.
detecting.
Me, it's always the thrill of, okay, what can it be? You know?
Oh yeah.
And especially when you find something, whether it's valuable or not, something you've never found before and you don't know what it is, then to go research it to see what it is.
Metal
Oh, yeah.
detecting's like fishing. Sometimes you catch a big one. Most of the times you catch little ones.
Oh yeah, like Swifty. Every time, it seems like right when we're about to leave, we can go hunting for 3 hours. But as soon as we're heading back to the car, Swifty always seems to get that one good find for the day.
Actually, where my best finds were right next to the car, either going in or coming back out.
Oh really? Well, now that you mentioned it, that one good find Swifty had was probably 7 feet from his car.
Yeah.
Sometimes my wife will drop me off and I'll say, pick me up in 3 hours. Then I'll find some. All right, give me 2 more hours.
KCMD, I'm in Virginia, East Coast.
Well, don't everybody talk at once.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah, Wachahoozie, Swifty, that's it. I like finding Wachahoozie. It's like, okay, what is this stinking thing? I got a can full of stuff that I still don't know what it is because I never could find anything about it on the internet.
Yep.
Or finding oddball stuff. I'm in a tot lot and I found one of those pull-out dispensers from a bar in a tot lot.
Huh.
What is this doing in a tot lot?
It's like Swifty found that Spanish or 1660 Spanish cob in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what, somebody's found another coin from 235 AD recently?
That was my my friend.
Yeah, your friend, okay. That's the oldest. That's the oldest one I knew before was 323 AD, a big Greek coin found by Mike Noble. So that's older than his.
The only thing I could think is if somebody had it in their collection and dropped it, or I mean, the coin's so old you just don't know when it was dropped. But the fact that he found it while metal detecting is pretty dang cool.
Yeah. Well, it's like the one that Mike Noble found was in somebody's yard in South Carolina.
Mhm.
What was it doing there in somebody's yard, you know? An old farmhouse.
We did some research, me and Swifty, and there has been accounts where Roman coins have been found in the U.S. Colonists would bring them over. For some reason, they found Roman coins in Indian burial grounds. It's just
Yeah. Well, Roman coins were traded around the world, but when you find these other, you know, especially Roman silver and gold, and there was a lot of them, but when you find them from like a country from Greece or stuff like that, where there's a lot less produced,
yeah.
it's like, okay, how did that one get here?
Yeah, because this coin that he got, like if you're overseas, it's no big deal. Or no big deal. It's just a Roman coin. There's plenty of them around.
Yeah.
But to find one over here in the U.S. is a big deal to me.
Yeah.
It's not really heard of.
Was it in pretty good shape?
To be as old as it is, I'm going to say yes. it had just enough detail to where you can see the silhouette and make out the letters above it to be able to ID the coin. And I think I did some research. I think it's made out of bronze,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, possibly in the 1600s. It could, some of them coins could have been floating around. They still could have been using.
Dennis said he found a Roman coin 2 years ago in New York, date 1742 AD.
Damn.
Wow.
Nice.
I mean,
Yep,
back in
Joey
California,
said,
they're finding
Sweepy
these euro
bronze.
coins.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Well, back in California, you see a lot of euro coins. They even got a
Really?
euro token, which was strange.
Huh.
Don't you hate them damn gold euro coins?
Oh yeah. First thing I think is, oh, a gold coin is
Yep.
it's euro.
You're like, oh my god! You know, you pick it up like son of a.
yeah. They were always
Sweepy got a token the other day that was gold. We thought it was a gold coin.
Mhm.
Yeah, I found one of those. It was an angel token. When I started,
Mark.
to get gold. Nah, it's a token.
Mhm.
Tony found a 2-cent piece his first day metal detecting.
Oh,
He
nice.
found 14 Roman coins in 12 minutes one time. Really? Mark Miller.
That must have been the day he went without me.
Wow, Swifty, 12 Roman coins in 12 minutes.
Yeah.
I found 100 Wheaties in the same hole, and they're all owned by Abraham Lincoln.
Hey, Mark Miller.
So, Shane, did I hear something about you going to New York?
Yeah.
When you going up there?
Oh, end of April, beginning of May, somewhere around there.
Oh, nice. Is it a metal detecting trip or?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, nice. I hope you find some really cool stuff. I've seen where Quarter Hoarder, he's in that area, and they find all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah. He finds all kinds of good stuff.
Oh, yeah. I think, oh, man. He's New Jersey. He lives in New Jersey.
Oh, I thought he was right inside Pennsylvania.
Keep talking, people. I'll be right back.
He's in New
After
Jersey.
these messages.
Travels.
Mhm. Yeah. Ray,
Finders
yep.
Finders Keepers said somebody's reals with 2 large cents. Huh.
Yeah. Tom, his a buddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Tom dug it. It was an 8 real with 2 large cents.
Wow, that would be.
Can
That'd be
you
a poop.
imagine?
That'd be
can
a
you
brown
imagine-
pants day.
Yeah, I think it was. Can you imagine how that person felt losing that? That's like what, a month's wage, week's wage.
Yeah. What? An 8 real is 2
Yep.
ounces of silver.
Mm-hmm.
So in a half real, which is barely any silver, was worth a lot. So
It's about 9 inches deep.
wow.
I would just have to quit metal detecting at that point. It just doesn't get no better.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's it. I retire.
yeah.
Pretty much. We're going to leave on a good note.
Yeah.
Rachel's here. Jersey Ray Diggs. Whereabouts you going, Shane? You were near Dead Horse Bay or anything like that?
I'm not exactly sure. We're going to meet Dennis, KCMD,
Okay.
somewhere in New York. That's all I know.
Just like you live somewhere in Pennsylvania. It's a big
Yeah.
damn state.
Yeah. That's a weird thing about metal detecting. You don't know what you're going to find.
Yep.
I found some nice stuff in yards. It was like, what is this doing here?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there are those moments you find and you're like, this doesn't belong here. Why
Yeah.
is it here?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Well,
found
guys, I'm gonna show myself out.
okay.
I'm gonna get ready to go to bed.
Yeah, it was nice hanging out with you, Mark.
Yeah, Shane, it was a long time, man.
Yeah.
Otis, good to see you again.
Oh, good seeing you too. Have a good night, Mark.
Hey, Bill, take care, man.
I hope you get that permission.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'll be in chat for a little bit.
Okay.
See you guys.
See you, buddy.
Bye. See you.
It's pretty warm in Virginia right now.
It's creeping up to the 80s. I think Thursday is supposed to be the high is supposed to be 80, and then in 2 days it's supposed to drop down to like 40.
Yeah, we're supposed to get freezing rain in the morning, tomorrow morning, and then it's supposed to just start warming up into the 70s.
Hi, Rachel.
Oh, nice. That's metal detecting weather right there.
But then Friday, high of 39. I'm going metal detecting Friday.
Holy.
Low of 24, high of 39. That's going to be a bundle up day again.
Well, with you walking around, I'm surprised at how warm I get just walking around metal detecting. You know, you're not moving very fast, but I warm up pretty quick.
As long as it's not windy, the cold's not bad. Once the wind picks up, it's all over.
Yeah, there was one day me and Swifty went to a field and the wind was blowing horribly. I think we walked about 5 minutes out, turned around, got right back in the car and left.
Hmm.
We were like, nope, we'll try again on another day.
You?
Oh, did you hear about Rob?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Dennis said first week of May. Hello,
Yeah.
Diana, Crazy Bottom Mercury. Hello, Treasury, Rachel.
Yeah, I'm glad Rob's okay. I mean, that was horrible.
Yeah, it's like digging
Who's
Mexican coins, too. When you start digging them, you just see the center and you think, oh, gold. Yeah. That's what I was talking about. I hate digging those up. Yeah, this is the second time Rob's been in a bad accident in 5 years. Twice.
Really?
Yeah, 5 years ago, a semi rear-ended him.
Oh, wow.
Holy crap!
Yeah. He walked away from both of them, so. But I know he's pretty sore. That's probably why he's not here tonight.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm glad he's okay. I think he's just got some bruises and his detector snapped in half.
Yeah.
Other than that, he walked away from it.
Wait, who was that, Rob?
Yeah. Bernardo Rob.
A tractor trailer hit him?
That was 5 years ago. This time the car
Oh.
came over the divider and hit him. He was lucky enough he could turn in time to where she caught the rear end of his truck instead of T-boning him or hitting the front.
Wow.
I think 4 cars total.
Yeah. Sure, Dennis. No problem.
Grandma Kelly said her big find's a fork. Joseph found a propane tank.
Like buried in the ground or just like laying on top of the ground? I'm
I'm not sure.
curious about that one. Like, was it a big one or is it like a small one? Or
66 largies, Dennis. Holy poop.
was it here in the U.S. or
Yeah, propane tank.
overseas?
Hi, Dennis.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm good. I figured I'd pop up for a minute and give you guys a scoop about Shane.
What's up, Dennis?
So, Hey, Shane. So here's the deal. Shane,
Rachel.
Randy, Jeremy from Digging Up the Carolinas, his buddy Drew. Hey, Jim. I've invited these guys to come up to New York State to do a little bit of metal hunting, and I'm gonna put them out on my colonial cornfield. Where I smashed it last year. Holy crap! I got last year. I got 66 largies,
Oh wow.
3 Indians, 60 silver coins, including a 2 real and 2 cut reals, and 7 colonial coppers,
Nice.
all in cornfields.
Is this in upstate New York or
Hey,
Pennsylvania or?
Upstate New York.
Nice.
The guys won't be too far from Ithaca.
Ithaca.
Ithaca. So I'm giving these, and then in the fall I have Rob and Charlie coming up, and the boys from PA Relic Hunters
Oh,
are going
wow.
to come up and do some digging.
Nice.
Right now, I hold 2.5 million acres of permissions in New York State.
Holy crap.
I will never get through it all. So,
You can get through that in 10 lifetimes.
yeah, exactly. So I'm inviting some of my favorite people to come up north and go hunt and see what they can get. So if you guys want an invite, all you have to do is send me an email. I'm bringing small groups up, and like there's a bunch of people that'll go to Digstock. They'll pay $650 to go up to Digstock. That's in New York State. I don't charge anything.
Him.
You come up, you get a week. Whatever you find is yours. You got to
Okay.
show the landowner. That's the only thing. Easy peasy.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's going to be a
Kenny.
blast.
It's gonna be awesome. You know, what's his name? Jeremy's friend Drew. The oldest coin he's ever found is a 1910 Wheatie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, my oldest coin last year was 1727
Nice.
Oh, nice.
copper. Crazy stuff up there.
I got lucky. I hit the 1600s last year.
I'm hoping that with this event that I'm doing, I can get in the water this year and start finding some silver in the water. Bill, do you mind if I tell everybody what the event's about?
Go right ahead, Dennis. No problem.
Okay. So for anybody who doesn't know, I'm doing an event to give away a bunch of stuff. I'm calling it a Pay It Forward gifting event. And the point of the event is to raise money so I can buy a dive hookah so I can improve the content of my channel by doing some diving videos. But before I buy the dive hookah, I'm taking donations for ducks. It's $20 a duck. You can have as many ducks as you want. Good evening, Rob. And then with the money collected from the donations, I'm going to be giving 2 Finds bags, a Grey Ghost, 2 Pro 15 pinpointers, there's a Mine Lab, 2 digging hand tools, a Vanquish 540 Pro Pack, and a Mine Lab Equinox 700. That's some pretty good prizes, I think. Or, well, we can't call them prizes. They're gifts. Everything's a gift. And if I get enough money to buy the dive hookah, great. And if I don't, well, I'll just gift away a bunch of stuff. It'll be cool.
And for the people that don't know, when is this all going to take place?
So it's going on right now, and I'm taking donations through March 17th. Donations can be made through my Cash App or PayPal, and you don't have to be present on the 17th of March during the event, because if you've donated a duck, I'll have your email address. So whoever wins, if they're not in chat, I'll send you an email, let you know you've won, and then I'll contact my sponsor, and they'll send your prize, your gift, directly from the shop. So that's the ticket. That's it. And then there's a video out. I've got a video out that's an updated gifting event. It's a Pay It Forward gifting event update, and that gives all the information in the description as to how you can make a donation and what's being given away. And I'm taking Cash App or PayPal friends and family for the donations.
Oh, nice. I look forward to that. That's really nice of you to doing the Pay It Forward gifting event.
Thank you.
There's going to be a lot of happy people.
Yep.
Now, a lot of happy people out there for sure.
Oh,
Some of them will be happier than others. You know, the person who donates a $20 duck and wins a $700 metal detector probably be pretty happy.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but mostly I just wanted to come up to tell Shane or talk about the thing with Shane and Randy. So here's the deal, Shane. I know you can hear me because you're not deaf, but here's the deal. Randy told me you're driving
Yes.
from Pennsylvania to New York.
Yep.
And as long as you're driving, you guys can come up and metal detect.
I'm bringing my motorcycle, and he's going to sit in the sidecar.
I gotta have a video of that too. That's fantastic, man. I'm excited to see you guys get up there and come out there and find some largies and find some colonials, and there's so much. I have so much property up there. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm planning on leaving sore, so.
Mm-hmm.
You will leave sore. I am going to put you guys on the original town site. That's 2,000 acres. The original site started in 1720 with 10 houses, a church, a mercantile, a blacksmith, and a one-room schoolhouse. In 1720. In 1820, they built on top of the town. They built a new town. And in 1920, they did it again. They built another town on top of the original two towns. And most of those buildings are still standing. Parts of the original church are still standing. That's 2,000 acres, but it's primarily wooded area.
Rachel.
It's something I can only do that either early spring or late fall.
Heck, the way this weather is going, by the time May gets here, it'll be 100.
Oh, God. Jesus.
Hey, Dennis, are you doing anything in upstate New York in June?
And I will be not in upstate New York in June. Well, okay. I will and I won't. The first week of June, I'm going up to Maine for a week of exploring, and I'm going up to Booth Bay. And then I come back to New York State. Second, third, and fourth week of June, I'm in New York State. You want to come up in June?
I got a thing going on in June for my niece's graduation. They live in, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Wynantskill, out of near Troy.
Okay.
I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. Wait, I can't
I-
remember the date. I just know it's
I
in
think
June.
I think that's downstate from me. Catskill region, maybe.
I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with New York at all. I just know it's. Looks like it's right side out or right outside at Albany.
Oh, it's right out of oh shit, man, that's close. That's within a couple hours of where I'm at. If you're up there in June and you want to come metal detect, we can't hit cornfields then because they'll be planted, but I can put you on properties.
That'd work. I'll hit you up sometime in June. Of course, I'm sure we'll talk before then. But yeah, that'd be cool if we can get together and maybe go out and detect him.
Dude, that'd be awesome. I got so many properties. People hate me. You know what they call me on my channel? Do you know what they call me?
Dennis the Menace.
No, they call me a rat bastard.
Oh,
I like
Dennis?
Dennis. That rhymes.
Dennis the rat bastard. Cause I find the best stuff. I find so much stuff.
I don't know why they would hate you. You
Well,
gotta
no,
put
they
in
don't.
time.
They don't hate me. They're just all jealous of me.
Oh, I got you.
They all want to be me because I'm better than they are. I'm sexier than they are. I don't know what it is. It's the damn thong, I think.
jeez.
I hear you. I had the
You're
same
one
problem,
sexy
too.
rat bastard, Dennis.
That's it. Thank you, Bill. So, Otis, shoot me an email. No, man, I am. You're close though. Doesn't it look like I'm really tall? I'm sitting on my bed in my camper. Otis, shoot me an email, and we'll trade phone numbers. It's easier for me to text back and forth or talk on the phone. But if you shoot me an email, I'll
Hey, Mr. Rob.
get together.
That's fine. I don't have your email. I don't know if you want to give it here, or I can get it from
Yeah.
someone else, or
No. I'll throw it up on the chat.
Hey, Marty V.
There we go. It's in the chat. It's kickingcancermining@gmail.com. It's a mouthful.
I haven't seen it pop up yet.
I haven't either.
Unless I overlooked it.
No, it didn't pop. I don't know why it didn't pop up. Hang on a sec. Let me refresh my page. Page. There we go. We'll try it again.
Dirty Coins. I think that's Tom earlier. He said he found a
There you go.
flying eagle scent inside a Criddle Bill. I think
Oh.
I'm super behind on chat.
Oh my God. I have not found a flying eagle inside of a crotobell, but last year I found 7 flying eagles and 5 of them were on the surface.
Wow.
Yeah.
I found one and I'm happy with that.
It is
I've
still on my
had,
bucket list.
the flying eagle was on my bucket list. I found the first one my first year metal detecting, and I got it in Virginia, in North Dinwiddie, Virginia.
North Dinwiddie.
Thank
That's
you,
not far
Rob.
from- That's Richmond area, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I've been to Dinwiddie. That's not far from here, like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I've got 3,000 acres in North Dinwiddie,
Holy
and
crap.
I've got 700 acres in Petersburg.
I've seen some
my
good that we found in Petersburg.
my Petersburg permission, the house that sits on the property was used as a hospital during the Civil War. So the Civil War went right through. It's not considered Civil War battlefield, but it is battlefield. And I took Bill and Squeak up there and put them on some of my permissions and got them permission to go out there when I'm not there. because I just passed through. You know, I pass through a town, I grab a bunch of permissions, and then I give them away.
Dennis, a couple things here. Mary says no one wants to be you because you're not sexy, and Rob says shut up, 7 Flying Eagles. Just let you know.
Well, I'll ignore the Mary comment completely, and Rob, buddy, I love you, man. When you come up in the fall, Rob, if you're lucky, the boys will have not gotten all of the Flying Eagles out of the fields. But you may not be that lucky. I don't know. If you go,
I'm planning on bringing the Bengay, aspirin, Tylenol, whatever I got to bring to keep me going all day.
So,
knee pads.
hey, Dennis.
Yeah.
Dennis, is Charlie coming up there?
Charlie and Rob are coming up in the fall, I think.
just
Charlie's
wanna-
definitely coming in the fall, and I'm assuming Rob's coming up in the fall. Rob, are you coming up in the fall?
I would just hate to see everybody up there get a V-nickel except Charlie. You know,
Oh, you know, I only got six V-nickels last year. So Rob, we're gonna. I've already put a space in for you for the fall, alongside Charlie, and then PA Relic Hunters and his guys are coming up in the fall, and I think Jeremy and Drew are going to come back up in the fall as well. So again, anybody that wants to come to New York to metal detect, shoot me an email, and I'll look at your channels, and I'll give you a time frame when I've got openings available. And if you're available when I've got space available, you can come up. That's simple as it gets. I did, right before I left New York State, the last day I was there, I secured a 1.5 million acre property. And I'm still researching where all the homes were on that chunk of land. Prior to that, my biggest permission in New York is 540,000 acres. And I've identified 92 home sites dating between 1820 and 1850.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Upstate New York is mostly like farmland, right?
Yeah, it's mostly farm. My hometown has a population of 38 people and 500,000 cows. Yeah.
What was New York? Was it New Amsterdam before they called it New York?
Oh, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was New Amsterdam before they called it New York.
It might have been.
Yeah.
My hometown was founded in, was incorporated in 1790. And I have permission for the first house built in my hometown.
Oh, nice.
Crazy stuff that I found on the properties up there. Make you want to just vomit, right, Rob? I'm telling you, I have to edit every time I do a video up north, because I'll pull out a V-nickel and go, oh, look at that, a V-nickel. Gee, Charlie, I'm really sorry. Or I pull up that 1925 SLQ, and in the actual video, it's, wow, Rob, check that out. Don't you wish you had one? But I don't ever put those videos. I cut all that stuff out because, well, everybody would really hate me then.
Metal detecting with Randy's here now.
Hey, Randy.
Hey, Randy.
Hi, Randy. Hi, Brian.
So I'm gonna drop off of here so Rob can come up and say hi to everybody. But thanks for letting me up here, and
Well, thanks for being up here, Dennis.
I look forward to seeing you guys. And I've never met Shane in person, so I look forward to Shane. I'm going to tell you, you're one of the first channels that I subscribe to.
Oh, thanks.
And
Thanks,
you
Dennis.
are my inspiration.
Oh.
Seriously.
Well, that's awesome.
You are. For for what you do, and you hold the coin in your hand and you feel it, and you can say this is what this is, and most of the time you're right. And I'm impressed with you getting out there doing that and not being able to see. My favorite video of you was the chainsaw. Just want to say, I just think it's awesome. Hey, Rob.
Hey,
Hi
Rob.
guys.
Hey, Rob, how you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm still sore, but I'm feeling pretty good, Shane. Thank you.
Good.
Better than the two people in the hospital. So
No.
Wow, good.
Hey, Rob, I accidentally deleted your pictures. So show them your pickup. Bring it.
Now is the pickup completely totaled?
it doesn't look total. I mean, that's the only damage there. But the bed shifted over to where my tailgate won't open. The bumper's ripped off. We tried changing and putting a new tire on, and I tried driving, and the tire wobbled sideways I think the axle's bent or the shackle is busted.
Wow.
And that's a
So-
classic truck too.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
98, so we may never be seeing that truck again. Here is the car. Here is the car that hit me. Oh, wrong mouse, Rob. Here is the car that hit me. She hit 3 other cars, including me. The guy behind me, I avoided the head-on. The guy behind me hit her head-on T-bone. That's her car, and his car that she hit. This is the guy that T-boned her.
Did she fall asleep or don't they know?
She rear-ended this car on the other side of the highway. You can see where she tried. You can see where she tried avoiding him. So she hit him on the corner, and when she hit him on the corner with her corner, it blew out her front tire, and she lost control of the vehicle. Went across 7 lanes in a divider, came at me head on. I swerved to where she hit the side of my truck, and then this guy behind me hit her head first into the side of her vehicle after she hit me.
Oof.
So
Oh
she
my
totaled. She totaled all 4 vehicles. All 4 vehicles were towed, and this guy in this car was taken to the hospital, and she was taken to the hospital.
Wow.
There's the broken knocks in the back of my truck. Snap that thing in half.
Well, the 600 shaft and the 800 shaft is the same. Couldn't you swap them out so you could get your 800 back up and going?
Yeah. I as a matter of fact, guys, as a shameless plug for my channel sponsor, the Detector Warehouse, I emailed my salesman John that's been giving me all the great deals, and John said, "Don't worry about buying one, Rob. I got you one in the mail tomorrow."
Oh, nice.
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 So they are sending me an upper shaft tomorrow. Hold on. As you can see, I'm actually getting up a little better.
Guys, I'm going to pop out of here real quick, but thanks again for having me up.
Thanks for coming
And,
up, Dennis.
I'll see you. I'll be back in the chat.
Okay.
All right, Dennis.
See you, Dennis.
Here's the upper shaft. It snapped it inside the control panel, and it really messed up the one side here, and it put a tiny crack in one of these legs here. So I'm going for reimbursement for this too. So because if that crack separates that material, that corner piece of it's gonna fall off.
Yeah.
But I've still got the 600 here.
Well, the important thing is you're okay.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Uh-oh, somebody's yawning. That's not good.
That's my tail light.
Did you say that pickup truck had like over 300,000 miles on it?
No, it's got 199.
I thought it had more than that.
But see, it's funny. I thought the truck was only worth like $3,000 because I got a good deal on it. And so I was sitting there for an hour waiting for the wrecker to get there and for the trooper to finish with the report. I started Googling cars.com for 98 Ford Rangers.
Love you.
And good night, Cynthia. So they're going for $4,500 to $6,500 depending on the condition they're in. Those little Ford Ranger step sides aren't easy to find.
Mm-mm. That's, I mean, they're a classic. They're an old classic
fact,
truck now.
They have 14-inch rims, and like 20 years ago they switched them to 15-inch rims. So when I had to get tires for that last month, I had to order tires from Tampa, and I had to wait for them to get in because nobody stocks 14-inch tires anymore for the truck.
Mm-hmm.
But I just put 2 new tires on it. I just had some repair work done, new fan clutch and some other oil change and some. I just put one of those new serpentine belts on it. I just put a new tensioner pulley on it. So anyway, I called Park Rat Pat today because I know he had a Ranger that had a bad engine, and he had it sitting in his backyard for a long time. So I say, Pat, you still got that Ranger? I could just take your Ranger and drop my good engine in it. And Pat said, no, I finally hauled it off to the junkyard. So then I went online and I started looking up used Ranger beds, and I can get another bed for that for under $1,000. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. I've had so many nice comments from everybody in the Treasure Found community. I want to thank everybody that said the exact same thing that Mary just said. We can replace the Knox, we can replace the trucks, but we can't get another Menardo. So I want to thank you.
You're one of a kind.
Everybody's been so kind, and the well wishes and the prayers. Thank you, everybody, so much. They seem to have worked because, like I say, I had one hand on the windowsill and one hand on the wheel, and I looked over when I heard her skidding. I looked over and I actually saw the crash on the other side of the highway. I mean, there's an 8-foot median. My highway going south's 4 lanes, then there's an 8-foot median with grass, and then there's 4 lanes, and they were in the slow lane. And when I heard her brake screech, I looked up and I saw her hit the other SUV in front of her, and I was like, "Wow, there's an accident over there!" And within 2 to 3 seconds, she was barreling across head on at me at almost 50 miles an hour. And I was like, oh, I think I even actually said, oh, holy shit. And just before she hit me head on, my right hand, I swerved the wheel as hard as I could. And then she hit me in the side. The truck spun, and then the rim grabbed, and the truck started going over. It went up about 3 feet. And then finally it slammed back. I thought it was going over. I thought it was rolling. And it finally slammed back down. And then what I didn't know is that the guy right behind me, as soon as she hit me, she went broadside, perpendicular lane, and he just T-boned her head on at 50 miles an hour, and just crushed the whole front of his car, crushed the whole side of her van, and then the kids' SUV across the other side of the highway. They had to have one ambulance go over there to those kids. Then they brought 2 ambulances into our side of the road, 2 fire trucks, state trooper, 3 deputies. The fire lieutenant was there. The rescue lieutenant was there. It was their highway was closed. It was a mess, but it was a pretty scary 10 seconds there. So I'm happy to be here because if she'd have hit me head on at that angle, she would have crushed right into my door.
Thank God you had quick reflexes.
Yeah, because I heard because it was funny because there was nothing in the fast 2 lanes beside me, and there was nothing in the lanes beside her. It was like a gap in traffic. So she had nothing. She didn't hit nothing on the way over. It was just an open spot all the way across 7 lanes, and she just lost control of the vehicle after the accident. I don't know if she wasn't paying attention. I don't know if the kids pulled out in front of her. I've got a copy of the trooper's report already. They list her as vehicle 1, and in cop parlance, the way you write an accident report is vehicle 1 is generally listed as your vehicle at fault. It doesn't have the citation down yet because he's not done his investigation, but. When I called the insurance companies Monday morning, and I gave them I gave her the driver of the van that hit us all. I gave them her policy number. Her and her family had already filed the claim, so the claim was already filed. So everything was already in motion. So when I I said, well, listen, I got some pains on my shoulder and my hips. I want to have checked out. And they said, well, you got to file a claim under your insurance policy, even though you both have Progressive. In Florida, being a no-fault state, you got to file injuries under your own PIP and liability. So I had to call back my insurance company and get a separate claim for mine. So now there's two. They call them group. They group them together. But I have the claim under her policy for my truck for her collision, and then my injuries go under mine. And then I had an adjuster call me today that says, I'm your adjuster. My job is just to handle your insurance with your injuries. He's already called my chiropractor today, giving them a full okay. And I found out that my insurance, and I didn't even realize it, covers my injuries 100%.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
So luckily that's being taken care of. Now I just got to, I feel a little better after the chiropractor had a long evaluation and adjustment with me today. And I filled out a lot of paperwork at the chiropractor's office. And so they're supposed to, the truck is sitting at the same place that we just got Denise's car back from the body shop 4 days ago from that big accident that I did the video on. We did the giveaway, guessing how much Denise's car was. We had like 127 people enter that giveaway. And the person, it was, I think that the estimate was like 4,284 or something. And I'm not laughing, Deej. Somebody must have said because it was a woman. Yeah, Dirty Coin said that. I didn't say that, Deej. But like I say, I don't know if the kids pulled out in front of her. I don't know if she wasn't paying attention. I don't know if she was on her phone. I can't tell that. I just don't know if this was just, but then again, big open highway, 5 seconds ahead or 5 seconds behind, I would have missed this whole thing. But you can't go through life thinking about that or you'll never leave the house.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my like I say, the car got towed to the same body shop around the corner of the house here. We just got Denise's car back. She's been driving a rental car since Halloween night.
Oh, wow.
She got in that accident. That lady, that drunk lady, hit her Halloween night, and then it took what was that? October 31st. So November, December, January. They finally called in January, around mid-January, and said, we got the parts in for your car. So she put her car in January. So she's had a rental for the last 3 weeks. And they finally called Thursday. When was my accident? Sunday? They called Thursday. She just picked her car up Thursday. We just had her car in her driveway for 3 nights. And now my car is gone.
No.
But I got to admit, guys, my rental car is really nice.
Did you get a Tesla?
One guy at Enterprise, he said, what kind of car were you driving? I said, a 98 Ford Ranger. And he goes, I got just the car for you on the lot. He walked me out to a brand new SR5 Tacoma 4-door crew cab with all the bells and whistles. He goes, man, it's only got $6,000. So I've got a brand new 4-door Tacoma sitting out in the driveway right now. And I am getting used to that thing. That thing is sweet.
Just tell him you're going to keep that, and you'll just give him the Ranger.
Yeah. I mean, of course, this is the third time we've called this wrecker service in 2 weeks. And these guys are they're like, hey, it's you guys again. They're getting real familiar with us.
I was going to say, you're going to start getting discounts.
Yeah, I think I've probably used up all my AAA calls for the year already in February. But some of you know that I bought a car with a bad engine about a year ago. Bad situation, but anyway, if I get my car, if they give me a check for the truck, or whether if they fix the truck, great, I love the truck. But if they want to give me a car for the check for the truck, I'm probably going to put that into the engine for the new vehicle that I bought that's sitting there. It's a lot newer vehicle, and if that happens, then I'll have a nice vehicle, hopefully in a month or so. But yeah, I spent all day yesterday on the phone with insurance people. I mean, my last call from the insurance, I got a call at 8:30 from my last insurance call last night, just verifying everything. But everything went smooth. Yeah, Greg says, Lord knows we have a bunch of bad drivers in California. So thank you, Graham. Thank you. I do feel after 2 visits already, I do feel a little better. I don't know why this right shoulder sore, and my chiropractor said if she hit you while you were still yanking that wheel over, your arm was out of position, and you probably just tweak something or something. So I'm hoping it starts getting feeling better every day. But like I say, 2 people, the guy in the silver car, they never even moved him till the ambulance got there with the guys with the backboard and the neck collar, and they took him out on a backboard. He hit her hard, and then the lady herself, every single airbag in her SUV went off. 5 airbags went off, so they had to slice the airbag off the driver's side to get to her. And accident happened at 4:10 p.m. and Denise and I pulled in the driveway at 7:30. So long day. So never made it to Clearwater Beach to go detecting that evening.
So Rob, you're saying those step sides are kind of rare and worth some money, huh?
Well, it's funny, when I went online, Bill, I found like 7 or 8 regular flare side, the regular truck sides, but I've only found one, and the guy says it's got some damage. So I'm like, they apparently just didn't make as many of those little, they call them, I guess, the little sports or splashes.
Yeah. Because
But we've got a junkyard
California.
we got a junkyard like 3 miles from the house, so I think I'm going to pop down tomorrow and see if they have any Rangers.
When I get back to California, I got the chance of getting my brother's. It's a 2000 step side with a V6 and 4-wheel drive, and less than 150,000 miles on it.
Yeah, there was a truck on Cars.com, 98 Ranger with 197,000 miles. Mine's got 199, and they wanted like 4,800 for it. And I was like, holy smokes! They're just a hard. Yes, thank you, Doug. He's alive. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Grandma Kelly. Everybody's been so nice. Because I must have had at least 10 people put the comment in the thing. Screw the Knox, Rob, as long as you're okay. So
Absolutely.
But and if you guys wonder, I'm gonna make probably like a 10-minute video of the accident scene, and I'm gonna walk around the whole accident scene. And if people are wondering if I'm making it just because I'm morbid or I want to get minutes, when I got hit by that semi 5 years ago up in Alabama on I-70, I was pretty shook up. They came and checked me out. My blood pressure was through the roof, just like it was Sunday. And it happened at night, and I only got organized enough to take 2 pictures. I took a picture of the logo of the semi that hit me, of the trucking company, and then I took a picture of the tire where the guy hit me with the tire. Of course, there was no damage to the semi tire. I mean, all it did was put a scrape on the semi tire. But that's it. I should have went back and took a picture of the skid marks to show that the skid marks start in my lane, to show that the semi came into my lane and hit me, and my car started skidding in my lane, because the guy wound up not getting a ticket because his story was that I came into his lane, and my story was. So, I mean, they did list him as vehicle 1, and the trucking company did assume responsibility, and they assumed responsibility because they had their driver driving a semi with a suspended license because of points violations and unpaid tickets. So the cops arrested him on the scene, and because I'm sitting in my car and I hear the guy's radio go, copy DWLSR. Well, DWLSR means driving while license suspended or revoked, and I was like, I knew that wasn't me. I hadn't had a ticket in 25 years. So they called the trucker over to him, and then both of them said, you have a suspended license, and they both grabbed him and put him in handcuffs. And then they called the trucking company, and they said, hey, we just arrested your driver. You need to bring another semi driver out here. And they said, we don't have another guy in that part of the state. So then the cops in Alabama had to call one of them companies with the semi tow truck, and then they towed the semi away. But like I say, when I stood there, I could see the skid marks where I did the 360s. And if I'd have filmed them that night, it would have helped my case. So the reason I filmed every single bit of this is because when her tire blew when she hit the first car on the other side of the highway, her rim gouged into the road, and you can actually see the gouge marks, and you can see the line all the way from the gouge marks right to my truck and where she hit me. And I went out and videotaped when there was a big break in the traffic. I went right on the highway, and I videotaped all the gouge marks. I videotaped all the damage for the vehicles. And so if it ever needs to be needed, I'm going to have it just to protect myself. That's what I did it for.
Oh, yeah. You definitely have to nowadays.
Yeah.
Rob, Nathan says he's glad to hear that the skid marks were on the road.
Yeah, there might have been some in the truck too, okay? Because I'm sure if there was a recording, I screamed like a little girl, okay? So
Someone ran up to my truck and threw poop in it after the accident.
Oh, hey, I've been in
I'll
some
tell you
nasty
something. I
accidents.
looked over there and I went, "Oh, there's a little accident." And before I could even take the next breath, she was barreling at me at 50 miles an hour, and I was just. And man, even though I got the driver's side out of the driver's door out of the way, and she hit right over the back tire and ripped off the whole side of the back of the truck. That impact, it just felt so hard. I mean, it was like getting hit with a hammer, and then I was like, man, I just did this about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But
No, I hear you, Rob. I mean, I've been in a few accidents where I saw it coming and there's nothing you can do, and you just think, "Oh shit, I'm going to get hit."
you see what Grandma Kelly wrote? What? You heard the knocks?
My I got to find it online again. There was a airplane crash.
Yeah, Grandma Kay. I'm sorry to say, Grandma Kay, I was told the aluminum shaft cannot be welded, so there goes the knocks. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna Sunday on my stream. I'm gonna have a little cursor going across the bottom with Detector Warehouse and their phone number, because those folks up there have really treated me well. They've given me great deals on my detector. They've given me great merchandise and accessories to give away on my giveaways. When I hit my 2,000 subscriber giveaway, he's already said he's donating that new XLT shovel, the new shovel that he sent me to try out, that's got the serrated edges on both sides, and it's 9 inches wide and tapers down, so it gives me a wider plug. It's got the serrated edges on both sides, and like I say,
Nice.
one of my viewers has already bought one, so I'm going to be plugging him, and he's giving away a $100 shovel on my channel. So, but super nice guy, great customer service. So,
Well,
Robert,
I haven't heard of that one yet.
what's that?
if I was in a truck with you, I'd have been like, "Hey, what just happened?"
Yeah,
You said I was the best passenger you've ever had.
he was the best passenger I ever had. You were so much of a better passenger than Denise. She freaks out when any car pulls beside us, or if somebody's in front of me that I'm not braking fast enough. She's grabbing the windows and dash and the side door handle. Shane just sat there calmly the whole night, just talked to me like we were sitting in the living room. I'm like, man, he's the greatest passenger ever.
No, it's probably a good thing that you had a truck that was lower to the ground instead of having a higher truck. I mean, if you had anything higher than that, you'd flip.
And that was the only thing that saved me with that semi 5 years ago. I was driving a Mitsubishi Eclipse sports car that was real low to the ground, and it had very wide tires. When he changed lanes and he basically did a pit maneuver, his front tire of semi caught my rear bumper, and what it did was it spun me into the front of his truck, and then he pushed me down the interstate. And when I looked to my side windows, I'm being pushed down. All I could see was that freaking Mack truck dog emblem right there in front of me. And I thought for sure he was going to go right. I thought I was dead. I thought he was coming right over the hood. And he managed to hit the brakes enough that it threw my car forward. And then I started spinning again, and he went by me. And then as he went by me, my car went down and rubbed up against the whole driver's side of the semi. And then when the semi went by me, the car shot out, and I went head first into the retaining wall between the north and the south lanes, and then that just the whole front of my little sports car.
I bet they threw the book at him, because when I got my CDL, once you do that, that's like federal range for if you do anything like that, driving without
He stopped. To give the guy credit, he stopped. He could have kept on going, and this would have been an unknown vehicle hit and run, and it would have been all of my insurance. To give the guy credit, he got the semi stopped about a quarter of a mile down the road and came back. But like I say, and like I say, the only reason I had to hire an attorney, Otis, is because I was on my way to Missouri to see my sister and go metal detecting. And so I had to get a rental car the next day. I drove up to Missouri. My neck was killing me. So I called my insurance company. I reported everything. They got me the rental car. And I got to admit, I'll tell you, I was pretty nervous driving that rental car all the way to Missouri. With any time a semi got near me, I was pretty nervous. But I got up there. I started getting treatment up there. So I called my insurance company. So I kept waiting for a call from the trucking company's insurance company. I kept waiting for a call. I was in Missouri for like 10 days. They didn't call me. I drive the rental car home. I turn in the rental car because I had this white truck. I had just gotten this white truck, but I hadn't tagged it yet because I had the other car. So obviously I brought the tag with me. So I then registered my truck and I started driving my truck. Another 2 weeks go by. I still haven't heard from the trucking company. It was 34 days, and I didn't hear from the trucking company. So I finally, a friend recommended a friend of theirs that's a lawyer. So I finally called her, and she said, "All right, let me see what I can find out for you." And she called me back that same day, and she said, "You're not going to believe this." And I said, "What?" She says, the trucking company never reported the accident to their insurance company since there was no damage to their truck. So my attorney got a hold of the trucking company's insurance company, and their adjuster called me back within an hour, and he apologized profusely. He said, "Mr. Clark, I'm very sorry. We didn't even know about this accident. Our client didn't report it. What do I need to do to start off with?" I said, "Well, I need my vehicle fixed." So he went and sent an adjuster out to the body shop. The body shop gave him this adjustment. The guy said, "No, we're not paying for that. We're just going to cut you a check for the car." And within a week, I had a check for the car, the hotel room, and the rental.
Wow.
And I was like, "That's all I wanted, guys." But
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me that they did that, because if they're allowing someone that had a revoked license to drive one of their semi trucks, they were probably just trying to cover it up.
yeah, and as soon as it's like I say, as soon as their attorney found out that they had a suspended licensed driver, CDL driver driving their semi, they took 100% accepted, responsibility for the accident. So I got to admit, their insurance guy, he took care of me no problem, and he worked with my attorney real well, and
I'll be right back.
yeah, I didn't get as much for my car as I wanted, but sometimes you usually don't. So, but I mean, they paid my rental, they paid my hotel room, and expenses. So that's hilarious. So Nathan, glad to hear the skid marks are on the road. I'm telling you, Nathan, it was. Oh, yeah, and Grandma Kay says dash cam, and then Finders Keeper says, "What's a decent dash cam?" Let me tell you something. Denise's dash cam saved her ass, because it was Halloween night. The cops were super busy. The woman that hit her had been drinking. Denise could smell the alcohol in her breath, and Denise said she may not have been super drunk, but Denise could tell she was at least buzzed drinking. So when Denise called the 911, they said since both cars were drivable, they said they were too busy to send an officer out and to just exchange information. So this woman got away with she got away with a DUI, she got away without a ticket, and then she tried saying that that Denise turned into her, not her turning into Denise. And Denise, so when their insurance company called, they said, "Well, we're not taking responsibility for this accident." And Denise said, "I'll send you my dash cam footage." So the minute they got Denise's dash cam footage, they paid for everything.
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing. I think everybody should have a dash cam.
This is like I say, in 5 years, this is the second time I've been in a major crash that totaled my vehicle. And both times, if I would have had dash cam, they saved me. So I am not, whatever vehicle I get, whatever comes out of this, I don't know I'm driving. Denise has already gone online tonight and got me a few dash cams to look at, but I will be putting a dash cam in my next one. I absolutely promise that, because it would have, first off, it would have made a great YouTube video on one of those dash crash channels that you'd have probably been laughing your butt off, because you'd have been hearing me screaming like a little girl. Oh my God. Sheldon says he's in a court case now for a wreck back in 21. Yeah. Grandma Kelly. Yeah. I'm getting a dash cam, guys.
Oh,
yes. I want one that
I got blamed for an accident in Kentucky. I knew it wasn't my fault, but there was no way that I could prove it.
And it's funny, I was a cop 28 years ago. What am I dating myself now? 26 years ago. And then, like I say, then I went to work for 10 years for Disney Security. And since I had 10 years police experience, Disney, when I was the security van and doing the van, driving the van across Disney property, they made me the accident investigator for the accidents on Disney property, because not only do they have to call FHP, since Disney's a publicly traded corporation, Disney has to do a report for every crash on their property, especially if it's one of their employees. So anytime there was an employee crash and I was working, they called me to handle the employee crash, to do the internal report. Back in the day, the rule was at the police department, if you could verify that the person was at fault. Like, if you had somebody that ran a red light and you had 4 witnesses there that say, yeah, this guy went right through. If you had enough evidence to prove that somebody was at fault, you wrote the at fault ticket. And then if they'd said, no, I wasn't at fault, you let them go to court. And then, they hired an attorney and they fought it in court to defend themselves. But now the policy of a lot of police departments are, unless you can absolutely verify if there's any doubt at all, you don't write the ticket. You just do the accident report, and then you let the insurance companies fight it out in court. And I don't really like that policy. If you got somebody at fault, then they should get a ticket.
Mhm.
So
Well, it's like in California. I don't know about other states. Years ago, they dropped because it used to be the police in California were like anybody else, any other police, expert witness. Well, they stopped that in California. They were no longer usable as expert witnesses.
yeah, because you weren't there to see the accident.
No, even if they were there, they could not call themselves an expert witness anymore.
Well, after over 100 DUI arrests and 300 to 500 accident reports filled out, I would consider myself a pretty good expert on that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But Kelly's still going on about the knots.
I think when I get my dash cam, they have them where you can have the dash cam for the dash, and then they also have a rear-facing camera as well. I'm gonna get one
That
of
would
those.
have helped me because it would have seen the guy behind me smash into her head on. I've been up this
Cricket
morning. I
Ralph.
get up at 7, get the rental car up at 8. Denise's dash cam, as when she's in the car, when she turns the key on, her dash cam comes on in her car. It automatically goes through her phone into the Google Cloud. So when Denise got in the accident, all she had to do was go on her phone and say save footage. It was that easy. And then as soon as she saved footage, it took it out of the cloud. It put it in her photos in her phone, and then from her phone, we downloaded it into the computer, and then I put it into a PDF file, and then she was able to forward that from the computer right to the claim agent for the other driver. And as soon as they got that 32-second clip, they took responsibility for everything.
Randy said his dash cam records the front view and the back view.
Yeah, that's a 2-camera system.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I want.
okay, the Cobra camera cam does both front and back. All right, so I'll check that one out, Diana. A Cobra. I have dash videos on my channel. Paid $120 at Best Buy. All right, there we go.
I've seen quite a few people. They try to do like insurance fraud. They'll come in front of someone to slam on the brake, and then they get rear-ended, and then they blame, oh yeah, they were following too close and rear-ended me.
It's
I've
funny
seen that quite a bit.
in these foreign countries, they show a lot of those of the people intentionally slamming on the brakes, and then when the person behind him gets out, all he does is points to their dash cam, and then the people get back in their car and leave. I saw one where a guy gets out of the car, and as the car behind him starts to go back up around him, the guy throws himself on the hood, rolls off, and goes, "Oh, you hit me!" And then the guy gets outside and goes, I got a dash cam," and the guy gets back in the car, and they just leave because their fraud's not. But in these foreign countries, these third world countries, they're doing this shit left and right.
Oh yeah.
Like 60 to 70% of the cars in Russia have dash cams because their system's so bad.
Is that why every time I see them crash videos, it's always overseas?
Because they all have dash cams because their system's so corrupt and their insurance is so corrupt. And there's so many fraudulent acts. Did you see the one? There's one in Brazil or somewhere where it's on it's one from one highway to another. So the guy's taking the off ramp to get to the other highway. So it's a narrow 1-lane off ramp, and the guys in front of them, they're driving an armored vehicle, and the guys in front of them stop the car to rob the armored car, and the armored car driver starts backing up, and they start shooting at the armored car, and then he goes, "You know what? Screw this! I'm in an armored car," and he just puts it back and drives and runs the car over and shoves it off the road, and then just keeps driving down the road and leaves those 3 guys standing on the side of the road.
I've seen that. I seen where what was it? Some teenagers. It was at night, and this kid was on a bike, and he was in the middle of the road, and the car was coming, but the car wasn't going fast. And he slammed on the brake. It didn't even come close to the kid. It was probably like 10 foot away, and the kid like just fell over. And he was like, "You hit me!" And then like all these people started running over, making a scene.
Kelly said
Kelly said like
she's looking.
where they were going to rob him or not, or what was going on.
Kelly says she needs a handsome man to drive her around. I'll drive you around, Kelly.
He's a good driver. He's a good driver, Grandma Kay. I let him drive my car for a while. Snap decision to save lives. Tony, let me tell you something. I hauled that wheel over to the right so fast. First, your mind has to comprehend that a woman's coming all the way from 7 lanes across a divided highway and coming at you in 3, and your mind's got to comprehend that going, hey, this accident isn't over there anymore. It's coming right at me. And
your mind will do that as soon as your butt stops puckering.
yeah. Yeah, as the Bill Cosby joke used to say, first you do it, first you say it, then you do it. So
yeah.
Yeah, Deej. The lady that was next to me on the road when I got out of my car and she got out of hers, I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "I wasn't in the vault," because I thought it was like 6, 7 cars at first, and it turned out to be 4. But I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "Well, I wasn't involved, but I was right behind you, so I'm going to stay and give my information to the police." And I was like, "Yes."
Yeah, some people won't even do that nowadays. They just not my problem, you know.
Oh, there were so many people that just drove around this. I mean, there was so much debris in the road, but yet there were several people that hopped out and ran over to the 2 people that were hurt bad. And I saw people on phones immediately calling 911. So I didn't, I already saw people calling 911, so I didn't call 911. I called Denise, just freaking out, saying, "I need you down here." Wow.
My favorite picture, I had about oh shit moment years ago. I don't know if it's still on the internet, but a sight blew out of a 707. Of course, the plane crashed and killed everybody on it. But one guy had a camera on him, and they developed a film. And the guy actually got the picture of him just before he got sucked out of the plane.
Oh wow!
And I'm thinking, that guy had to have a set of what this big to think, "Oh, I'm going to die. I might as well take a picture of it."
Yeah.
Damn.
That's like something I read on the internet. He was a photographer, and he was taking pictures of a volcano that was about to erupt. But he was so close, so when it finally erupted, he put everything in his backpack, laid over top of his backpack, and let the lava flow over him, and that protected his pictures.
Yeah.
Mary says men's minds work slower.
I was watching footage of that St. Helens volcano that erupted, and they said there was like 3 or 4 people. There was like several people like 3 or 4 miles away that were filming it, and they were buried under 6 foot of 4 miles away, and they were still buried under 6 foot of volcano ash. They found, like you say, they found their footage. 54 people died in that volcano.
Yeah, I remember
that. Blows my mind. That just blows my mind. And yeah, finders keepers is right. Some of these car footage cameras will like the Tesla. If you bump into the Tesla, it'll record it. They've got footage of people getting pissed off at electric cars and Teslas just walking by the car and keying the car, and each Tesla's got 8 cameras and they stay on at all times. So you see this guy, he just walks up to the car and starts keying down the side of it. Got the guy's face right on. They have made so many arrests on vandalism to cars with the Tesla.
Grandma Kelly, I was up there about the same time. I live in California.
Ralph.
After when that.
No, Randy, we are not.
Mount St. Helens blew.
Isn't Tesla making a semi truck?
Yeah, they already delivered 15 of them to PepsiCo in California. They're running 15 semis on their 400-mile route. It's supposed to do 500 miles. So Pepsi's got a route that it's a 425-mile loop for deliveries. So they've got 15 Tesla semis right now, and then they've got some other hydrogen fuel trucks, and they've got some propane trucks. And then the plug-in area, they've got all these solar panels. So they said within like 3 years or 5 years, they want to make that facility, that warehouse facility in California. They said their goal is to get it 91% self-sustaining green. But yeah, so Tesla delivered its first 15 semis to Pepsi.
I watched a video where the guy, like the truck driver, he can like push a button and the truck self drives and the chair turns around and he can enjoy his break or a meal or take a nap and then hit a button and the seat turns back around and he can start driving again. I was like, that's wild.
Their ultimate goal is when they finally get this self-driving perfected, their ultimate goal is that the first semi has a driver, and the electronics and these automated driving, that the second two trucks will be driverless and they will take their visual cues off the lead truck, and you can do a three semi caravan with one driver. That's the ultimate goal that they want to do.
Be like driving spaceships.
Have you seen where the cops go to pull over a self-driving vehicle and it doesn't know it's getting pulled over and it just goes boop, and it just keeps going?
Yep. Randy says you should run a dash cam to protect yourself. Grandma McKay said she's driven in Brazil and it's crazy. My sister did a vacation in California, Bill, and she came back and she said, we thought traffic was bad here in Florida. She says it is flipping crazy in California.
Yes, it is. That's everywhere in California, the whole state. It's nuts.
Hell, even Kimberly came over here when she stayed with me and Denise that weekend a few weeks ago, or about a month and a half ago, when Kimberly came over from the East Coast. We were driving down to St. Pete to go hunt with Troy, and Kimberly said, your freaking traffic over here is just insane. She goes, we don't have traffic like this on the East Coast. And she got a taste of Highway 19 right away.
Yep. Okay, Rob, back in the early 2000s, when I was still working, I lived 4.5 miles from the Bay Area. We would have to leave if we did an install down there. We'd have to leave at like 1 a.m. because by the time we got to the Bay Bridge, it could be a 4-hour wait to get across it from the traffic backed up. So you're talking an 8-hour drive to do 4 hours, and that was 20-something years ago.
See, that blows my mind because where I grew up in Alabama, you went from one town to another, and some towns would be like an hour away. So 55 miles an hour for an hour straight, don't even have to stop. I come here and hit a stoplight every few feet, and people are honking and flipping each other off. I mean, I could only imagine where Rob lives or California. I couldn't do it.
Well, the center of the Florida state, what a lot of people don't know is all the way up near Gainesville, because when I was in college, I dated a girl up in Gainesville. I used to drive up 2 hours to see her every weekend in college when she was up there at the University of Florida. Down the middle of our state is what they call the Great Grass River. It's almost like a swamp that goes down the middle of the state, and that water eventually flows down to the Everglades where it gets wider. But there's a narrow one that goes through the whole state. So when you go from the west coast of Florida, like from Clearwater to Tampa Bay, and you go directly across the coast over to Vero, where Pat and Kimberly live, okay, when you get outside of like East Tampa, okay, you have nothing all the way till you get to Vero Beach or Sebastian, like 20 miles from the coast. That whole 150, 200 miles in there, you're just going down a 2-lane highway with nothing but sawgrasses and like Everglades, and you see like the swamp areas on the side, and there's nothing. You just if you look at the Florida map and all, you see all those lines across the state, like every inch or so that there's lines going across. One road's actually called Alligator Alley because it got its nickname because of how many alligators got run over going from one side of the swamp to the other side of the swamp. And there's just in a lot of the parts of the lower half of Florida, there's just nothing in the middle of Florida. It's all on one coast or the second coast. And then you got like your good old crackers living out on the stilt houses in the Everglades, or little teeny communities that are 50 years behind everything. But it's hey, look at Florida and then start zooming on the lower half of Florida below Lake Okeechobee. There's just nothing in the middle. Most of it is either state forest or national forest.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that about Florida. Before I moved from Alabama, I was hoping to come to Florida because I had never been, but plans changed and I didn't get to go.
St. Pete was pretty nice.
St. Pete's a pretty city. They've done a real lot. As a matter of fact, Shane, I saw a commercial today touting all the museums of St. Pete, and I was like, Shane was down there. He was among all those.
Yep.
Now, where is St. Pete at? I know it's in Florida, but like where at in Florida?
It's about 15 miles south of Clearwater Beach. It's right on the coast south of Clearwater Beach. St. Pete's your next big city after Clearwater South.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Clearwater is right on the west coast on the water. And then Tampa, if you look at a map of Florida, you got like this big bay that sticks and comes into the inland. That's Tampa Bay.
Mhm.
And then on the peninsula of the Narrow County going down, St. Pete's the last town in Narrow County. And then right across the bay on the inland side of the bay is the entire Tampa. So you got
Mhm.
St. Pete and Tampa.
Is St. Pete the second oldest city in Florida?
I don't think it's that old. I think their second oldest cities are going to be up in northern Florida because St. Augustine's the oldest city in the United States.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess I should rephrase it. The oldest continuously occupied city in the United States. Yeah, you can't metal detect anywhere in St. Augustine. They've just said nope. We're going to put a pin on the map, and this whole thing is historic. We're not. So, but there's some cool comments here. Silver Bull says I have a jar of ash from that 81 Mount St. Helens. That's cool. Mr. Jeff Brewer says he has video of something about me, and we're not going to talk about that because he does.
I seen where Lucky Jen is about to head out to Treasure Coast.
Somebody told me that. I don't know where she's going to be, or I'd go there and well, I was about to use the phrase hook up with her, but that sounds bad. But I would go over there if she's going to go hunt Daytona. I mean, hey, when I was over staying at the Disney Resort in Vero, I talked to Brian about trying to get with him on Daytona Beach. I dig Daytona.
Mhm.
And so he told me where he was going to be one day. So I drove up there. It's about a 2.5 hour drive from Vero. And it just so happened, we didn't like give a specific place to meet. And it just so happens that the parking lot I chose to, and as I walked out of that parking lot, went the steps in the parking lot down to the beach, he was like right in front of me. I mean, we couldn't have planned that any better. And I was pretty new to beach hunting then. I had just gotten the Knox. And I learned a lot about beach hunting from Brian. I dig Daytona. I give him a lot of props in my videos because he taught me quite a few things about beach detecting. He just got the Manicore this week.
Oh, did he? Oh, good.
Yep. He just did his first 2 videos with the Manicore. He just found his first ring with it.
I'll have to check that out.
I'll be in Cocoa in July for a week. Cocoa Beach.
I'll be over there, buddy.
Mhm.
Are you flying down this time? You can bring your detector.
No, we're driving this time.
Oh, so you can bring your detector with you.
Yep.
Okay. You got a scoop, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because Cocoa Beach, Denise and I belong to the Disney Vacation Club, and they have the resort there in Vero. So I'll be like 45 minutes from you, Shane.
Yep.
So we can get together for a beach hunt.
Yep.
Denise and I
Absolutely.
have plenty of points. Maybe I can get her to come with me. But yeah, Kimberly's coming over this weekend, Bill.
Cool.
So we're gonna go hunt. She's gonna come over Friday after work. So hopefully she'll get over here somewhere between 5 and 6, and we'll have dinner here at the house. And then her and I are gonna meet Denise Kay down in Clearwater Beach. And then Saturday we're gonna go meet Dalton at that permission that we just saw in the Monday Digs video last night. That 12 acres. Dalton's gonna allow us to go back there over there and meet him. So we're gonna go hit that 12 acres again. And then he just got the big field acreage right next to that 12 acres. So we're hoping to find some stuff that, because 120 years ago, that was all just one big field.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to find some stuff there. And then she'll hang out with me during the show. And then after the show, her and I are going to hopefully maybe meet up with Troy again as he's getting off work, and we'll go down and do some more permissions in St. Pete again. So she'll have 3 days of digging over here.
Well, spring break's coming up down there too.
Yes, it is.
Ooh, ring galore then.
Is that middle of March?
Shane, that runs from the middle of March to the middle of April, buddy.
Oh wow.
Wow. That's a lot of drunk people dropping stuff.
It's a couple weeks from now.
I recovered this guy's cell phone, and it took me a lot of work to figure out who was phone. I finally got a hold of his father. I dialed like 6 numbers on the cell phone, and I finally found somebody who told me a name. And then I finally got a hold of the kid's father. Somebody called the kid's father, and the kid's father told me he called his son up. And of course, the father didn't know the son lost his brand new iPhone. But, So Denise goes, I go, because his father sounded like, sounded like they had some money. Kid was down here partying on spring break. And so I said, you think the kid will give me a reward? And Denise goes, he's a drunk teenager. He's not going to give you any money. Sure as shit. He's like, meet him, take the phone. Hey, thanks a lot. Gets in his car, drives away. And I was like,
Yep.
Rob, how is Bradenton's rules for metal detecting? There is an old park. If it's still there, I played at in the winter as a kid. I believe Bradenton's okay, Deej. I don't know if they require a permit or not, but if they do, they're free. As far as I know, but obviously even in Bradenton, all the beaches are free. I'm not sure about the park, Deej, but I've never had a problem down that area. I don't get down there often. I've only gotten down there once or twice with dogs because it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive. But
Now, do you find a lot of vapes on the beach during the spring break?
I found 2 vapes Saturday night.
Oh, wow.
I found
Say-
one really, really expensive vape too.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I'm sorry. I found 3 vapes. I found one that looked like a cigarette pack, but a little bit smaller. I didn't know what it was. It was
Good
called.
night, Jim.
It was called Crazy Penny or something. It had this really weird name.
No,
I
was that
have
on
a-
Clearwater?
Yeah, on Clearwater Beach Saturday night. I patiently hunted the same place you and I did, Shane. I parked right
Okay.
pretty much. Yeah.
That was a night hunt too, wasn't it?
Yeah. I picked Shane up I picked up Shane after dinner met him and his wife at their beautiful hotel they had that her company got him. And then I couldn't figure out where the entrance was to Clearwater to St. Pete Beach because Shane was in St. Pete. And I said, screw it. Let's do the 30-minute drive up to Clearwater. I know that beach like the back of my hand. So Shane was like, hey, I'm just sitting here. He was the greatest passenger in the world. We parked the car at Clearwater Beach, and Shane said, where'd I go? I said, take 5 steps forward, and you'll be in sand. The guy took 5 steps forward, and we were on the beach.
Yeah. I didn't even use a flashlight that night.
Miss Mercury says she's got a ring that was heat pressed from the ash of Mount St. Helens. That's
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty neat.
This is pretty weird, but they'll make rings out of people's ashes now.
Yes.
I see where you can get the vials, but I didn't know you could actually like make jewelry out of ash.
Yep, they'll take somebody's ashes and make jewelry out of it.
That's just weird.
Jim Steele, have
Yep.
a good night, buddy. Tony Glad for Clad asked if there's a 4-directional cam. Not that I know of, unless you have a Tesla.
You can probably put as many cameras as you want on your car. Just got to
Sure,
buy a bunch of
I
them.
will say this. I will say this about Grandma Kelly. That might be one woman who drives more than I do. Yeah, they can. Oh, she says they can make man-made diamonds with your ashes.
Oh, wow.
See, I didn't know all that. I see a lot of people. They take the ashes and like just put them in a closet or a mantle, but I didn't know you could do all that with jewelry.
I've got my dog's ashes.
Do you?
We
When
do
I
too.
was in that business,
Uh-oh.
a lot of
To a
people would get
bill.
their ashes, sneak out to the cemetery at night with post hole diggers, and bury them on top of a loved one that had already passed away. That was a big
Oh.
issue we had.
No, when my dad passed away, he had been in the service during World War II, and they gave him a military burial up at. We have a place here called. I knew I was going to forget the name of it, but anyway, we have a military semi up here of one of the national cemeteries, handled, and they gave him a full military send off, and then what they do is they put an extra space there, for the wife that's allowed to go there. So my mom was laid to rest with him. Man, what is that called? It's not Nobleton. I'll think of it, but yeah, it's the Florida National. It's called the Florida National Cemetery. It's Florida's cemetery for all U.S. veterans. Kind of like our version of
Arlington.
Arlington,
Yeah.
up there in Virginia.
I've seen where people, if they don't have enough money, and we've done this quite a few times. It's kind of rare from where I was when we worked, but you would buy one spot, but you would dig down 8 feet. So whoever passed away would get buried at 8 feet. Then if someone passed away after that, like your wife or husband or whoever, you would get buried on top. So it'd be one spot, but
Wow.
two
See, I've
people
never
would
heard of that being. I've never heard of that being done in Florida. I don't think our from what I know, but down here they're just too freaking greedy to do that.
Yeah. I think in my 3 years in the business, I've only done it twice.
Grandma Kelly, I know Shane drives a lot, but I think Randy drives more than Shane.
He lets me sit on his lap and steer. Oh, shit.
So Otis, you're right near Swifty, right?
Yeah, he's like 7 minutes down the road, which is, Gloucester's actually pretty big. So when we finally started
Bushnell.
talking,
Thank you, Randy Bushnell. Thank you. So are you guys Virginia or West Virginia?
Virginia, East Coast,
Oh, you're on the East Coast, near the Chesapeake, then.
I mean, Chesapeake Bay is probably 20 minutes from us.
That's where Swifty gets all his crabs.
Oh, okay, because I got family in Chesapeake Bay.
Oh, do you? Do you know where at? Like,
No.
the area?
I know they're on Chesapeake Bay, on the way to Ocean City.
That sounds familiar. I'm still learning around here, but yeah, I mean, the Chesapeake Bay is just right there.
I hunted one little beach. I hunted one little beach one time when I was coming back from Ocean City. We found this little park, and you had to like take this trail down through the woods down to the beach. It was this really secluded beach, and I didn't have a water detector then. I still have my Xterra 705, so I was only able to do the sand. But I was getting plenty of coins out of that sand, and I'd love to go back and find that little hidden beach again and put my Knox in the water. You could actually see from this little secluded beach. You could actually see the Chesapeake Bay Bridge right out there in the bay in front of you.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of like little hidden
Now,
spots.
have you ever done that bridge and tunnel, Otis?
Yeah. I think there's two of them actually, but I can't remember. But yeah, it's the bridge that goes into the tunnel.
Yeah, you start off the bridge and it goes right under the water. You take the tunnel under the rest of the channel.
Mm-hmm. It's wild. I think it was what, a year and a half ago. They had a semi truck that wrecked in the tunnel, and it like all binded up and all sorts of stuff. I mean, they were freaking out. I mean, they told everybody to leave your car, get out of the tunnel. I mean, just lines of cars with nobody in them.
Now, when I was in England, when I was 21 and I blew off my last semester of college and I flew to England and I hiked across Europe, I took the ferry across the English Channel because they didn't have the channel thing then, but they have that channel now, and I think it's I can't remember if it's got 2 tubes or 3, but they have one for the like the semis and the commercial vehicles, and then they have a second one for the passenger vehicles, and then they have a separate tube. You can take the train under the English Channel now.
That's crazy.
Because I took a train from Calais, France, where the ferry dropped me off from England to ferry. I took the train, and I took the train all the way through France, Belgium, Belux. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, and then into Cologne, Germany. So I went through 4 countries. Yeah, that was like all my first train rides over there in Europe.
Don't you wish you had your detector then?
Oh my God! Don't I wish I had my detector? I didn't even know the hobby metal detecting existed at 21. So
When was that? 1970s.
shut up. Show it wasn't Shane. For your information, funny man, it was 83.
Oh, okay.
Boy, I could just imagine the stuff that you would find, especially just going through all them different places.
I got off the train station in Cologne, Germany, and next to the train station is just probably 1,400 church there in Cologne. That was just, I mean, it just looked like something out of your Gothic movie. I mean, it was just big, huge, and I was like, man, I look back now. It's funny because when I'm with Shane or either Shane, like Shane Ohio River History, or I'm with Troy or Dalton or even Kimberly, we'll be driving somewhere, and all we do is look at the old houses and go, "Oh man, we want to detect there." It's all we do now is you're driving around. You don't look at real estate. You just look at houses you want to metal detect now.
Oh yeah. When me and Swifty go down the road and we finally, because there's some houses that are like hidden back in the woods, but every time Swifty sees a house now or something and there's no one around, he'll slam on the brake and I'll pull up my phone and put a pin on it. So later I can research who lives there and give them a call and be like, hey,
See,
what about
I should think to do those things. I at least started carrying a little notebook in my car that I can at least start writing some addresses down. Deej, I don't know if I can be in Maryland in August, but I would love to.
I've seen some good finds in Maryland.
Well, I got family. I got family outside of Baltimore, and that's who I stayed with when I went up and met the Hoover boys. I stayed with my cousin. Turns out, when they gave me when I found out where their meetings took place at the clubhouse, they were literally 8 miles from my cousin's house. It took me 10 minutes to get to the Maryland Free State Club meeting.
Oh, nice.
And I went to their meeting. I called up their treasurer and I said, hey, do you guys allow guests at your meeting? Absolutely. The more the merrier. Come on up. We'd love to have you. And I went at their meeting, and I'm telling you, they treated me like I was a long lost member. I don't know if it's just the metal detecting community in whole, but they just welcomed me just like I'd been there forever.
I think it's
An
just
awesome
a
community.
community.
Yep.
Thanks, Mary. I was going to say in the 60s. Thanks, Mary. That's when my sister went to school.
Well, guys, it's been going 2 hours and 15 minutes, so I'm going to call it. It's getting late.
I'm gonna start leaving responses for all you wonderful people that left 100 comments on my video from Monday Digs last night. Bill, it has over 300 views already.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So thanks everybody. Yes, Mary or Kelly, excuse me. It's good being an old fort, better than the alternative. I guess so.
Yeah.
But
So Shane, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming
Yeah,
up.
thanks for having me, Bill.
Otis, thanks for coming up. Rob, as always, thanks for
Oh, I
coming up.
appreciate it.
Bill,
Thank you
another
for
fun
having me.
Tuesday night, sir.
Well,
And we'll see all you guys real soon.
Yep. Everybody have a
good night,
wonderful week.
everybody. Y'all have a great
Good
week.
night.